My name is Kirsten Asdal. I graduated from the US Naval Academy last year, and then in August I started my Fulbright grant here in Taiwan. My host institution was National Chung Chi University, and I was taking classes there within their International Masters of Asia-Pacific Studies. And along with that, my project involved independent research at the Institute for International Relations and also studying Chinese. My research focus was on maritime conflict in both the South China Sea and the East China Sea. For the fall semester, I was mostly focused on the Chinese Coast Guard and what sorts of activities they were doing in both the South China Sea and the East China Sea. And then in the spring, I mostly focused in the South China Sea, maritime conflict there. And at the Institute for International Relations, I helped to start up this study team specifically on South China Sea issues. And so we did a lot on current events, what's been going on there. We sort of analyzed it, looked at what that means for US foreign policy, what that means for ASEAN, how we can sort of view China's actions and what sort of trend are they taking. In the fall, I published a short article in Strategic Vision, which is a publication by the Center for Security Studies at the Institute for International Relations. And that article was on the Chinese Coast Guard. And then I mentioned the South China Sea study team that I helped to start up at the Institute for International Relations that meets about twice a month with a combination of professors and students. Well, I think it's really important that military officers get the cultural knowledge that they need of the areas in which they're operating. So after Fulbright ends, I'm doing 1 year at Oxford and getting my master's. But then after that, I'm going to my first ship. And my ship is located in Hawaii, which means that most of our operations will be in the Asia-Pacific region. And so I think it's really valuable that military officers in particular understand the areas in which they're operating, not just from a military standpoint, but from a cultural and political and historical standpoint as well. Well, I think something that has really pleasantly surprised me is how interested people are in me as an American studying Chinese. And then especially when they find out that I'm in the American military, they're like, wow, that is really cool that you guys are taking an interest in Chinese, Taiwan especially. They're very happy that I'm in Taiwan, and they're always very curious. Well, why not mainland China? I'm so glad you came to Taiwan. You know, this is the better place anyway. And they joke around. But it's been really nice to see the impact that just me being here studying Chinese and studying this region in depth has on the people that I meet. They really seem to appreciate it. And I think that goes a long way for developing US-Taiwanese relationship. I really enjoyed living and studying at Zhengda. First of all, it's beautiful over there. I liked being a little bit outside of the city, right up against the mountains, you know, right in Muzha, right by the zoo, the gondola. It was just very, very nice. And I think even in an international city like Taipei, you can really see how much Taiwan takes care of its environment and really tries to provide a nice living environment for its people. So that was really great. I really enjoyed living there. Like I mentioned, the military needs this cultural understanding and knowledge as we operate around the world. We've seen that in our past 2 wars, that you really need people who are understanding of the area that you're working in. And as we sort of shift our foreign policy towards the Asia-Pacific, we really need people who understand this region, and more than just from a military standpoint. And I think for all that the State Department does in terms of building relationships and building cultural knowledge, the State Department is still only 1/10 of the size of the military in terms of budget and personnel. And so if you think about the outreach that the military has all around the world, it's really incredible the number of sort of unofficial ambassadors that we have. And so I'm really hopeful that I can share what I've learned this year with my unit, and then as I move up in the ranks, more and more people, and share with them all the insights that I've gained about Taiwan and the region.